Have you ever woken up, saw the weather report and saw that it was still going to be frigid again, and decided that because, well, you know, it's sunny, it'll be good enough to do POTA? That's where I'm at right now. So I started the POTA season with the goal of activating more parks, getting some of the parks that are not green in my state green. And here I am. My intent today is to hit 5 parks in a Rove, hit and run, kind of like what I did with Craig and Sandy. And this is being very generous in calling this place a park. This is one of the state fisheries, or one of the state fish hatcheries. And I'll put the information there because I don't know the name of it off the top of my head. And I'm here to tell you the boundaries of the park are very limited for activating. As far as I can tell, the only stretch where I can activate is on the stretch that I'm in, and that is a coinciding lane that leads to the Orland City Park. And if you're on this side of the lane, you're in the state fish hatchery, and if you're on the other side of the lane, you are in the city park, and that doesn't obviously count for POTA. So I'm going off of the GIS data, and I'm hoping that it is as accurate as it can be. There is an office on the other side, but that office has it posted very clear that that's authorized vehicles only, and the roads that are, you know, or lanes that are on this side for these ponds are also marked authorized vehicles only. The only place where I can find, like I said, a common area is this lane here, and you know, here we are. So I'll get set up, I'll get my 10, I'll come back and have a quick debrief and then head to the next park. Similar setup in the truck as in Winter Field Day, but I brought my 7300 Mk II with me this time around, gap filled with shop towels or microfiber towels, and my little desk set up behind the driver's seat. I have 15 on the log, and let me show you the setup before I break it down and head to the next park. This is a hit and run setup, very much like what I did with Craig and Sandy. Coax coming out of the truck over to the transformer over here, low slung on the antenna wire. Let's see, that is maybe 6.5 feet off the ground, because I am 5'6". Yes, folks, I am shorter than I look. And that is maybe 6 inches over my head. So, at least at the low point. And that's park number 1 done. It was couldn't find an open frequency in the general portion of the band to save my life. So I went to the extra portion. Extra did it just fine. And on to the next park. Park number 2, Marsh Lake SRA, and according to that sign, I have to troll you. I gotta figure out how to troll you. Check this out. Yeah, that's a frozen lake. There are people on it, ice fishing. I don't see any of the ice shanties from here because, well, I don't see them. But they're over there somewhere. I know they're here because their vehicles are here. Hard to believe that there's actually open water here. Let me see if I can show you that. Ha! Unreal. There's still some open water. That is very surprising. And just like that, 14 in the books. Took maybe 10 minutes, and the last 3 minutes were spent calling, looking for the 15th QSO. Not worried. Let me show you what I did this time. So transformers up there, maybe 6.5 feet off the ground. Coax went back to the truck, and then the antenna wire is less than shoulder height on me, almost all the way to the end. This is 20 meter end fed. So folks, it can definitely be done even if you don't bring a mast out to the park. I have a mast in the back of the truck. I just didn't feel like deploying it. I'm going to keep on trying to keep on activating this way and get the 5 done today. Next park is maybe a mile and a half that way, straight line distance, but because of the way the roads wind, it's going to take me 10 minutes to get there. Let me pick this up. See you there. Trine State SRA. Been here before, trying to activate, and oddly enough, I couldn't even make one contact. So it was a failed but not failed activation. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the transformer on top of one of these rails and just run the wire down the length of the rail, and hopefully that's good enough to get some activation going. All right, let me show you the antenna deployment real quick before I take it down. Basically what I said before, I just ran it across these timbers, weaving back and forth on it all the way down to a transformer. Down by over that corner, you should be able to see it. It's kind of like a safety orange, or safety green, I should say. Chartreuse, I believe, is the color they call. And that's park number 3 done. Packing it up here, heading to Pokagon, which should be a twofer, but I've already activated Pokagon. So I'll get the 1 there, and then there's another park I haven't activated south, a little bit farther south. See you there. And my plan to conquer the world meets me not preparing. I looked at the POTA map, and I looked at the GIS map, and I expected the Pottawatomie State Nature Preserve to be accessible easily from my vehicle. It isn't. And it's several hundred yards that way. I checked the trail out. I did not come ready to hike in ice, and it's mostly ice. I don't have a backpack or anything else to carry my radio and gear with, and if the potential is there for me to slip and fall and I don't have the stuff in the bag, it's gonna get messed up. So I'm not gonna take the chance. And then the other park, I went to drive by there and set up, and Loon Lake Nature Preserve has a pullout for it, but it is also on a road that got hit with a lot of snow, and all of the plows from the area have apparently decided to shove the snow from all that road into that parking lot. The snow is probably every bit of 5 foot tall, and there's no 4-wheel drive that's going to get me in or out of there, and I'm not going to risk getting stuck in it just to do an activation. So 3 parks today, that's it. Still had fun. Gonna go see some friends that don't live too far from here. Catch you in the next one. 7-3.